So here's a recap of day 7 of the Milano Cortina Paralympic Winter Games. So Italy won 2-1 over Germany. Italy and Germany were battling for third place in the group, and Italy got it. Italy got it 2-1 over Germany. You had USA and China fighting for first and second in the pool, and then you had China and Czech Republic fighting for games. Group B, one of the groups, Group B, you had that for the first and second. And then you had Slovakia and Canada fighting for third and fourth. And then they had hockey, or para ice hockey as they call it now. You do 5 through 8 in qualification, like water polo does. So then we had the para alpine skiing, the women's combined. So in the stand, we had 9 in the vision impaired classes for the slalom and the down, Super G and the down slalom. It was Veronica Agner from Austria. She's an AS3, and her guide is Elise Hammer, and she finished in a combined total of 2:1:75. Chara Mizel, AS2, from Italy. Her guide is Nicola Catini. She finished second in the Super G and fourth in the slalom for a combined time of 2:04:81, 3.06 seconds back. And third is Elaine Starry. Sorry for pronouncing these names wrong. She's an AS2 discipline, AS2 impairment class. And her guide is Stefan Winter. Her guide was, and she finished third in the Super G, second in the slalom for a time of 2:05:65, 3.9 seconds back. And then fourth is Alexandra Skova, AS2, and her guide is Maturis Duras. She finished fourth. Fifth is from Italy, Martina Bassa, and her guide is Elena Sebadusi. And then Korea, sixth, the Republic of Korea, Sarah Choi. She's an AS2, and her guide is Inumi US. And then May Gustafson with her brother Spencer Gustafson. She's an AS4. She finished in 7th. From USA, Eva Nikudou from Greece finished 8th. She's an AS3. And her guide is Demetrius Prophetis. And the Amanda Fitzpatrick finished in last place. And her guide is Katie Guest. Those are the ones that completed both the slalom and the Super G. And then we had the standing. We had 15 in the standing. Or that actually includes the DNFs. Okay, so we had in the standing, we would do the top 5 because there's, we had Ebba Arsjo from Sweden. She finished first in the Super G and the slalom, 2 minutes 15 seconds. She's an LW4. Never lost an alpine combined race she's been in lately, or at either ever or this year. So that's not bad. In the World Cup, Para World Cup. And then Richard was an LW6/82 classification. She finished 2 minutes 7.18 seconds, 7.03 seconds back. And then Zhu Wenjing finished third, 10.54 seconds back, 2:10.68. She's an LW9-2. And then Zhang Menqiu, she's an LW9-2 as well from China. Finished in fourth with 2:10.87. And then fifth was Audrey Crowley. She's an LW6/82. She finished in fifth with a 2:12.30. And then the Alpine combined sing. We had 7 in the sing classification. First was Audrey Pesco-Sico. She's an LW12-2. She finished first in the Super G, fourth in the slalom with a 2:11.22. And then from Spain, Germany, is Annalena Forster, LW12-1, finished in second with a 2:11.68, only 46 hundredths back. And then third is Lou Sitong, 3.31 cents back with a 2:14.53 from China. And Zhang Wenjing, LW 12-1 from China, finished in fourth with a 2:18.60. Fifth is Nuraka Omaka, finished in fifth, like I said, with 2:22.66. And then Sailor, and she's LW 10-2. And then two LW 12-1s, Sailor Ryan and Anna Sons from the United States, DNF'd in their runs in the and then in the men's alpine combine, we had 14 division impaired, 3 DNF'd in the Super G, so they did not do the song because there's no way you'd be like 12th, 13th, 14th. You know, so. And then we had, so we'll do top 5. We had Giacomo Britannicoli. His guide is Andrea Ravelli from Italy. He's an AS3, and he finished in first with a 1:56.42. Second is Neil Simpson from Great Britain. He's an AS3, his guy is Rob Hoth. He finished second with a 1:57.07. Third is Johannes Agner, an AS2 from Austria, and his guide is Nico Haberl with a 1:57.46 for bronze. Canada is Kelly Erickson, finished fourth. He's an AS2, and his guide is Sierra Smith. He finished with a 1:57.51. And then Michael Goes from Poland, AS3, finished in fifth with a 2:02.03. And then Casper Wallace finished with his guide. And then there was way back, like 5 seconds back from fifth in the leader. The top 4 were really competitive, and then it's kind of started to be like a little less competitive back further. And then the Alpine combined, the standing, that's division pair. This is standing. There's 15 that have finished both runs, 2 that finished DNF'd in the slalom, and then 9 that DNF'd in the stand, the Super D. So we had 26 competitors. So we'll do top 5 again. We have Arthur Batchet from France, LW3, with a 1:58.17 with the gold medal. He's LW3, and LW6/82. Federico Lazzari, 1:59.37 in second from Italy with the silver medal. Thomas Groschar from Austria with LW2 with a 1:59.99. Oscar Burnham from France, LW6/82. He's finished at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And Davide Mendati finished in fifth with a 2:1:20. Really. And then the Sing, there was 4 that DNF'd in the slalom and the Sing. And then 5 DNF'd in the Sing Super G. So there's 24 competitors in the Alpine Super Combine. Alpine Combine Sing. Yeah, the Super Combine they called it, but now they call it the Alpine Combine. And notes. And then we'll do top 5. Because after 4th, it really got really just far back, like 5 seconds back. So the leader. So even of the medal spots, like 4 seconds back of them, 3.99 of the medal spot for fifth was even the bronze medal. So we had Netherlands, Jeroen Kempscher, and LW12 plus the video would take forever. Jeroen Kempscher, LW12-2, finished in first with a 1:56.33. Finished in first in the Super D, but 6th in the slalom. They had that extra time, but needed only won by 11 hundredths of a second over Rene Di Silvestro, and LW12-1 from Italy, and then with a 1:56.44. And then third, Niels de Langen, LW12-2, 1:57.59 from Netherlands in third. And fourth, Norway, it's Jesper Peterson, LW11, finished in fourth with a 1:58.75, and then a 2:1:58 for Moritaki, and LW11 from Japan. And then the women's sprint Sing. We had the power cross country, the skiing, the women's sprints. In the sitting and the standing for the men and the women, they had 2 semifinals. There might have been there was qualifying earlier. And then you qualified your way into the semifinals. Germany qualified their way into semifinal spots. And there was 19 of them. 19 racers who qualified their way into the final. And he had on the Masters, she got gold with a 307.1. Kim Yoon-ji from Korea with 3 seconds back. Oksana Masters from USA. And then Wang Xiu, 10.8 seconds back in bronze medal position from China. And then Andrea Iscu from Germany, 12.7 seconds back. Aline dos Santos Rocha, 13.9 seconds back from Brazil. 6 and Wicker from Germany, 17.6 seconds back. And then for the men, sprint sing, we had Lu Jiu, W12 from China, 228.9. Christian Westmeyer Rivera from Brazil, in second with a 229.6, 7 tenths back. LW11 and LW12 Yerbal Kamatov from Kazakhstan, second back in LW12. And then LW12 from Ukraine in fourth. Alexander Alexey, 2.3 seconds back. And then Pavel Bal from Ukraine in 11.5 LW. He finished 232.3, 3.4 seconds back. And Wayne Tao, LW12, finished 232.6, 3.7 seconds back. So they all finished pretty evenly in the sing. And then the para ice hockey tournament. It's a mixed team tournament with men and women. But, however, you can have 17 players in your roster, which 3 lines of forwards and defensemen, like 9 forwards, 6 defensemen, and usually have 2 goalies. Then you can have 18 skater if one's a female. So you have 17 males. And then people might bring in a female to have the extra roster spot. But a lot of times there's a female for Japan. Hasn't really been on the ice at all. So that's kind of a shame. But in maybe the 2030 Paralympics, or there's para ice hockey for the women. Women's para ice hockey, women's hockey. They changed the name to para ice hockey, but and there is a women's discipline. However, it is not contested at the Olympics. But I would not be surprised if in like they were saying, in 2030, in 2034. I mean, I'm not really surprised though, because I'm not really too surprised if there is. Because honestly, that's the best way to have the women compete in this. Instead of having a mixed team, like there's going to be no women. There's a men only tournament. So, kind of want it like neutral, like both sides have a chance. You kind of got to make it required to have so many men, so many women, or have a certain only tournament. Like women against women, men against men. So, United States wins 7-1. Running the women's sprint classic thing. This is for the power cross country. We had top 6 or the 6 that made the final were the lead Nielsen from Norway, LW4. This is the standing. 331.3. Cindy Pearson, second from USA, LW9, 35.5. Norway 2 cents back. Natalie Wilkie from Canada finished in third with an LW8 as an LW8, 340.2, 8.9 cents back. Catherine Martian from Germany, 342.1, 10.8 cents back. Zhao Jiqing, LW5 7 from China, 340, 3.4, 12.1 cents back. And Daniel Erovich, LW8, 57.6, 26.3 cents back. And the men's sprint sting, Raman Surayadenka from Bulgaria finished first with a 235.4, 230.1 for Sebastian Marburger from Germany, in silver, Ermel. France's Benjamin Daviet, LW2, along with Sebastian Marburger from Germany, 242.2. And then LW8, Kai Jun from China, 244.2. And then Cardigan Agwin from Norway, LW4 with 244.9. Mark Henrys Canada, 249.3. or 249.7, my bad, 249.7, using LW6. And then the vision impaired, there's 8 in the vision impaired. There's less vision impaired than there is a sitter, sitting and standing. And then the top 8 qualified for the semis, and then the top 4 made the finals. So we had Anastasia Baganin from Russia. She's an NS1, and her guide is Sergei Sinekin, 316.1, and then Len Kazmaier. She's an NS3 from Germany. Her guy is Florian Baumann. She finished with a 325.3, and then Anastasia Badgin is an NS1. She started first. She started first with the factor time, and she wanted start to finish. And then Kong Zhahong, an NS3 from China. Our guy is Lu Yuan. 3.2, I guess it's 14.1 cents. And then Maria Walter, or was an RAL, ranked as last. Okay, they didn't put the time in, but 4th place, finishing in 4th. And then it's basically like maybe forfeited or stuff like that, or disqualified. And then so it was a disqualification. And it's basically, I mean, it could have been like a DNF, but it's, like a disqualification type thing. And Jake Adikoff, an NS3. His guide is Peter Walter from the United States, 244.7. Yu Shuang, and NS3 from China, finished in 2nd with a 246.2. Shing Jin Kai was his guide. And then Sebastian Moden, an NS1 from Sweden. His guide is Emma Telzi, 250.9. And Thomas Axel from Norway, finished in 4th as an S2 with a 256.5. His guide is Gear Lever. And then People's Republic of China, and then in wheelchair curling mixed doubles. The People's Republic of China defeated Latvia 8-3 in the mixed doubles semifinal. People's Republic of China got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth for Latvia, 1 in the sixth for Latvia, and then 2 in the seventh for China. That was 8-3. Latvia used their power. China had last shot in the first, and then Latvia had in the second. China had in the third. Latvia had in the fourth. They actually used their power play. Latvia did, and China stole 2 in Latvia's power play. In the fifth, Latvia had it, and they got 1. And they stole 1 on China's power play in the sixth. That was 6-3. And then China had the hammer in the seventh, and they scored 2. And then you had to be even with the pre-play stone, you basically had to be perfect, and that was a concede after 7. And then the Republic of Korea took on the United States of America. And you can see, like, in the Republic of Korea game, Korea was dominant, or Republic of China. Because Republic of China, they were just dominant. And they were, not completely dominant, but they were not bad though. And we had China. So Wang Meng, she had 54% draw shot success, 13 of them, 2 takeouts, not successful with either of them. 15 for the game, shots, 47%, 59% for the tournament. And Yang Jinko, 46% draws, 11 takeouts, 64%, and 24 for the game, 54%. So 66% shot success for the tournament. And they had 50, 54, 51, 50% draws, 54% takeouts, 51% for the game, 68% total as a team. And then Polina Leskova for Latvia. She had 36% draws. 22 takeout, 25%. So partial, half successful in one takeout. And then 18, 35%, 40% for the game. And then Argus Asmans had 46% draws, 12 of them. 6-4. 8 for 66%. So, and then had 20 for 54% game. With 8 should be 6 for 8 would be 75, so maybe 5. Maybe 5 for like 5.5 or 5.25. 5.25 or 5.25 or something. Like 60%. And then 54% of the game, 40% for tournament both teams, both players are. And then it was a little bit lower for Raskova. She was a bit, normally a bit higher, but she's got 4-3. She got, better. And then takeouts, Slasmans had to do a lot more takeouts, so did better on them. But yeah. So, and that be 5. The first one was the order. And the Republic of Korea. They said that took on the United States of America. Korea got United States the last stone, the hammer in the first, but Korea stole with 2. Then the United States got 1. Korea got 2 in the third. United States got 1 in the fourth with hammer. Then Korea won the 5th. United States had power play, got 1 in the 6th. Korea stole on United States power play with the hammer. With United States and hammer in the power play. And then 17 United States got 1. And then Korea used their power play defensively. And then they did not score. Neither team did. Because United States have enough shots left in order to win. So then they was conceded in the middle 8th. And Korea wins 6-3. Back. Hyjin. She had 15 draws, 43% shots this, and takeouts, and then 55% for the tournament. Lee Yunsuk had 57% shots, 18 draws, 6 takeouts, or 92%, 24 for the game, 60%, 63% shot success, and then 33 draws, 51% for the game, 6 takeouts, 92%, 37 for 9 shots for the game, 57%, 60 for the game. For the total tournament, for both players squad, Laura Dreyer. She had 10 draws, 50%, 5 takeouts, 30%, 15 shots, 43%, 30% shot success. Sina Empt, he had 19 draws, 57%, 5 takeouts, 50%, so partially 6 on one of them, and 2 was 6, so 2 were not, and 24 shots for the game, 50 yards, and 60% for total. So then 54 for the tournament, 64% for draws for the game, 40% for takeouts, 51% for the game. And then Canada beat Czechia 4-1. So in the power ice hockey tournament, so in the round robin, so since the United States beat China, United States clinched first in Group A, so they played second in Group B, which is Czechia, and then first in Group B, which was Canada, going 3-0. They will take on China, who went 2-1. And then the mixed team wheelchair curling. This is the only game I could see in the last session because, United States, they only show mostly United States matches on mixed team and mixed doubles wheelchair curling. They might occasionally show one from another country. They might occasionally do that, but they may occasionally do that. But most of the time, it's that they're not showing another team's matches. Usually. It doesn't matter, even if the one match, the feature match even, or just even one random match from each session. They're not even doing that always, which is kind of a shame. But we have Slovakia got last stone draw in the first, and they got 2 in the first. They stole 1 in the second, in the third. United States got 2 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth for Slovakia, and then 1 in the sixth for United States, 1 in the seventh for Slovakia, and then United States conceded without even playing the eighth. So for the Slovakian draws, there were 58%, 32 of them for the game, 27 takeouts, 41%, and 59 shots for the game, 50%, 51% for the tournament. And then for the United States, 56% for the game, 40 shot draws, 56%, 20 takeouts, 56%, and then had 60 shots, 56%, and then 57% shot sixes for a tournament. This was just Slovakia was more dominant than the United States. The United States had advantages, but they were just unable to fully capitalize, Just Slovakia played better than the United States. Just that seemed like most of the time. And then People's Republic of China defeated Latvia 9-5. People's Republic of China got 1 in the first, 2 in the second. They stole with they left someone down in the first. Then they stole in the second from Latvia 2. Latvia got 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth for China, 1 in the fifth for Latvia, 3 in the sixth for China, 3 in the seventh for Latvia, and eventually it ended up being a concede, or it didn't start the end, or in the middle of the end. And then Latvia had 46 draws, 64%, 15 takeouts, 44%, 61 shots for the game, 59%, 51 for the tournament. And then China had a lot of takeouts, was really successful on them. 35 takeouts, 66%. 24 draws, 60%. 59 shots for the game, 64%. 67% for the tournament. Norway, Italy took on Norway. Norway won 9-3. Norway had last home draw in the start of the game. Norway got 2 in the first. Then they stole 3 from Italy in the second. 1 in the third for Italy. 3 in the fourth for Norway. 2 in the fifth for Italy. And then both teams not scored in the sixth. Norway got 1 in the seventh. Norway had it in 6th and 7th last stone draw, because neither team scored in the 6th. The 7th, Norway got 1, and then there was a concede. Norway won. It was 9-3. Italy had 41 draws, 52%. 19 takeouts, 51% for Italy. And then 60 shots for the game. It's 52%, 60 for a tournament. And then for Norway, they had 28 draws, 48% for the game. 31 takeouts, 80%. 59 shots for the game, 65%. And then let's take a look actually at the standings here. Let's actually take a look at that. The standings here. So we can actually do it after one more match. So Canada defeated Sweden 6-5. Canada had last turn draw. They got 1 in the first. They stole one from Sweden in the second. Then Sweden had neither team scored in the third. Sweden had N4. Canada stole 1 again. Then Sweden had the hammer still got 1 in the fifth. They stole 1 from Canada in the sixth. Stole 3 from Canada in the seventh. And then Canada got they were actually down 5. Sweden's up 5-3, but then Canada with hammer got 3 in the eighth and went at 6-5. And then Slovakia for third place in the group. In Group B, Slovakia wins 5-1. So let's take a look at the round mixed team scores for round robin curling. Which is Tuesday. And then mixed team standings, we had Canada first, 6-0. China in second with 5-1. And then Sweden and South Korea tied for third at 4-2. They have not played each other yet. you know, and there's tiebreakers to be determined based on, like, you know, eventually, you know, they might not have, or they could have, but just you know, tied for third. But basically, it's just, you know, to be determined, you know, based off how the rest of it goes. And then Slovakia 5th with 3-3, Italy 6th with 2-4, Italy, Latvia, United States 6th with 2-4, with Britain and Norway 1-5. So Norway, Great Britain, and Norway are going to be eliminated. Are most likely going to be eliminated. You have also Italy, Latvia, and the United States. Probably not eliminated yet, but the best they could be is 5-4 of those teams, and then the best so Canada, not yet officially qualified, but they should. So should China. And then you got Sweden, South Korea, Slovakia. Slovakia could eliminate one of them. It's just which one. And then on the 11th, we have 4 mixed team round robin curling matches on session 9. Sheet A, Latvia, Norway. United States, Sheet B. Sheet C, Sweden, Slovakia. Sheet D, Great Britain, China. And then we have cross-country skiing. Interval start for the 10 kilometer. We have the sing for the women. And then while the women's is in progress, then the men's sing goes on. Starts. Then they finish the sing for the men. Then when the men sing is when the women's sing goes. And then when the men's sing is in progress, the men's sing will go. The men's sting will go. And then when that sting is done, then the vision of bear goes in for the women. And then when progress when the women are mostly done, the men start theirs. But the women aren't fully done. The women might have, say, 8 kilometers, the final 2 kilometers. The men will start theirs. And then we have wheelchair curling, the mixed doubles, the gold medal game, China, Korea, Latvia, United States for the bronze medal game. And then in session 10, we have 3 sheets of round robin curling: Italy against Sweden, Slovakia against Canada, and Latvia against Great Britain. And after Wednesday's sessions of curling, mixed team, and you'll really find out who's qualified for the playoffs so far, and who is in the hunt still, and who is most likely to qualify. Technically hasn't locked up a qualifying spot or qualifying for the tournament spot yet, the playoff for determine what medal you're playing for. If you win your semifinal, then you're going for a gold medal match. If you're qualified, if you lost it, you're going for a bronze medal.